Hey guys, welcome back to our analysis of our daily levels for the 21st of July to the 25th of July. So looking first at USDJPY, you can see the range here. If I just reduce the size here, you can see even more the range that we're stuck in. Now, just make this bigger just here. You can see that we had a bit of a breakdown of this 101.30 level. However, if you go and look at the weekly level, you'll see that it hasn't broken this level just yet on the weekly chart. It's still sat in this range here. So you've got to be looking for bullish candlesticks out of this level, even though it's broken it here. I would actually be looking, I would think, just here around the 101 level for a response out of there with some sort of bullish hammer or pin bar candlestick to trade this back up. To go short on here, you've got to see a couple of days where it breaks down through the 101 level and then comes back up here and tests the 101 or the 101.30 level to come back down short. So still look for bullish candlesticks on this from the 101 price level to trade back up to 102.73, but it is very, very range bound at the moment, very slow and not a lot going on there. So moving on to EURUSD. I've just zoomed out a little bit on this one to show this level here, 134.81. You can see previous support here, and it's come back down to this level here. For us to go long on this pair, to trade back up to the 137 level, you're going to want to see some sort of bullish engulfing candle just here on the next candle, the next but one candle, covering these two bodies here. It was very indecisive on Thursday and Friday. Obviously it pulled up out of the 135 level just here to produce this candlestick here. So to go long here, I'll be looking for a bullish engulfing candle to trade that back up, or wait till it comes back down to the 134.81 level and check the price action there. If you look at what happened here, it came down quite hard on this occasion to this level, then bounced out of here, and obviously it spent a bit of time here thinking about it before it took off again. Euro's been quite slow, but it does seem to have picked up a little bit the last week or so, so perhaps we'll get a bounce out of here to trade it back up to the 137 level. On GBPUSD, you can see here the price broke the 170.45 level just here and seems to have topped out around the 171.79 level. So I'm going to add a line across the top there. It's kind of a top level line. Ideally what you want to be looking for, this is the ideal setup, which may not happen of course. You can see here that this was previous resistance, which turned into support. Ideally I'd like to see the price come back to 169.72, which it probably won't. But if it does, then you look for a bullish candlestick out of that level. At the moment, you can see this range here. This is 176.56 to 171.57, about 100 pip range in here. So obviously if we come back up here and we see a nice bearish candlestick, then trade that back down. If we see a break over this level, then wait for it to break and pull back before taking further longs, because it may well have topped out here. It is quite high, 171.62, in comparison with previous. If we go back on the monthly here, you can see how high it is. It is, or it was, at an all-time high just up here since 2009. So there may be some sellers getting involved, which will sell this back down hard from this level if it's tested again. GBPJPY, this is showing what I want to see on GBPUSD. You can see, look, all these previous resistance levels just there, and when it broke, when the price came back to it, it turned into support quite nicely just there. So what I'm looking at here, the price has come back down to it, so I'm looking for a nice bullish candlestick here to give us some further price movements upwards back over 173 and onwards up to 175.35 level. So for GBPJPY, just looking at longs here, unless this level is broken, if this 172.71 level is broken, then look to see the price retest that level again and produce a similar result here, to see if it then turns back into resistance to trade it back down to 169.80. On NZDUSD, let's just take a look here. Resistance levels just here, turned into support as I showed you on the last couple of pairs. Support here, support here. If it's finding support here, I want to see a nice bullish engulfing candle like this one here to trade this long back out of 86.64 back up to 87.78. Now this level here, this 87.78, was an all-time high level that got broken just here. Then the price traded back down from around 88.37. So the all-time high is now up here. So you could, if we got a nice bullish candle here, we could trade this all the way up to here. But your first stop really is going to be around this level here. If we manage to get in long, that's around the 87.50 level. If you were to trade long out of here, you want to be sort of taking profits up at this level here somewhere, 87.50. If this continues to push down under here, if it pushes down hard enough, you can obviously see this previous support area just here. So you'd be looking for bullish candlesticks out of that level. Or if the candles show us a sell down from 86.64, as long as the candlesticks show us what's going on, we can safely take those trades to be part of the strategy. So you've got long from here up to here, short under here, down to here, or long from here back up to this zone here. On EURJPY, got this level here, look, 163.59, which the price has approached and it's given a little bit of a bounce. If we're going to go long out of here, then look for a nice bullish engulfing candle to trade this back up to 139.31. Beware of this level here at 137.80. So it's literally, it's 80 pips away, as it was previous, well, a small bit of previous support just here. Look, see how the price held it here, and momentarily it held it just here. So beware of this level here if you're going to trade this long, because by the time you get a bullish engulfing candle in here, it may be too close to this level here to make the risk reward worth the trade. If we get a break under here, then obviously you're looking for the price to come back down to, let's just have a look, zoom out a bit, this level here, 135.20. That's if we get a break under here. You've got to trade breaks by letting the price action actually show you that the break has happened. If you look at this spike under here, this was what you could call a false break. It didn't hold. So what you've got to do is you've got to wait till the price action actually shows you. So it breaks, comes back, retests the level to show you that the previous support level has turned into resistance. Then you take your trade once you see the test using a bearish candlestick. So watch this level quite hard in here to see what happens over the next couple of days. Aussie dollar here still being unusually slow. It's still stuck in this range here, which isn't like Aussie dollar, to be honest. So I'm looking for a couple of levels, not where we are now, but up at 94.31. I'm looking for a break of that level followed by a retest to then go long. Just show you what I mean here. If we do this business here on the chart, you wait for it to break, come back and then test this level to go long. And what you do is you put your entry just here, or your pending order just here, and wait. Once it comes back down here, you wait for it to then take your order in here to get you into the market. Obviously you've got this level here you need to be careful of. because that's right where it will form another double top. But if it breaks here and it shows a decent bullish candlestick out of this level, then get an order in here to take this long to go further on. Or alternatively, look for going long from 92.29 if we get down that far, for long positions out of here. Look at the way the price reacted when it was down here. See this break here, and the price held here, then we got a bullish engulfing candle here, signal this move up here, and then again another bullish engulfing candle here, which signal this move back up here. So pay attention to the candlesticks at these levels. Don't worry about where it is now, but if we go up higher and break this level, then look at it. Or if we come down here to 92.29, then take a look at it. But where it is now, not that interested. It's still stuck in the middle of this range. AUDJPY, I've got a bit of a similar view as to, you know, what we're looking at from the Aussie dollar. Stuck here. It's just holding above 95. I did take a trip back down to 94.45 earlier last week. So again, the levels I want to look at here, you can see here previous resistance, turned into really nice support. Look, with that bullish candlestick just there. So if we come back down here to 93.61, then this is your spot to look for buys out of with the correct candlesticks. If we break up from here, then I'm looking for a break over 96 for us to go long. So I'm only really looking here at 93.61 for long positions, and long positions on break of 96 level. Right where it is at the moment, I'm not that interested in it. It did break out of this sideways price action just here, but it's not done it very convincingly for me. So just need to watch that. You could of course watch under this little level here at 94.43. You just put a line in there. You could of course watch underneath there. See, it had previous support just here, and it may well have found it again. But if we were to break under here, possibly look for some bearish candlesticks to trade it down to 93.61. Looking at the levels here on USDCAD, you can see back here 107.07, previous resistance just here. Price has come back down, didn't find any support just here. Let's zoom in on this. Didn't find any support there, and didn't find any resistance either coming back. But when it came back over, it's now found some new support just here. So if we see some bullish candlestick action after this test here, this is what I'm talking about when I say this sort of thing. You see it comes back, it breaks, comes back and tests it. So if we see a bullish candlestick in here, then it may be ripe to take a long position back up to 108.30 and an extension 109.42. Let's just pull those lines off there now. If she drops underneath here, the 107.07 level, then look for some bearish price action to trade back down to 105.84. So let me just zoom back out on this a second. You can see here, look at 105.84, some nice support just here waiting for us if we get down to that level. So bit of a wait and see on this one, see what happens at these levels, this one here before making a decision. So here we are on EURAUD. You can see this trend line we've been looking at. Let's just zoom in on that. It's taking a break under the trend line, so we're not trading short just yet. We have to wait for this price to come back and retest it in this particular way. So you got the break there, and we're looking for a test of it to show us that the break is not a forced breakout. So you're looking for candlestick price action around this zone that we're at the moment to go short out of here. If we break back over, then obviously look for the price action to trade back up to the 145.37 level. And if we break the 145.37 level, perhaps in a big candle or something like that, then look for this but in reverse, so trading back up here to 150.25. But EURAUD, similar to Aussie dollar, pretty much sideways last couple of weeks in here. So that's what we're looking at on EURAUD. This AUDNZD here is really interesting. I'm just going to mark up some spots here. You can see I'm just marking up support. Look at that support. Support there. Support there. Support there. Support there. 4 nice times when the actual price held at the support level. So what happened after that? Well, you can see here on 2 occasions it's broken the support just here, and it's broken it. It's not found resistance at all. It's found resistance just here. So I'm going to add that line in just there, because you can see, looking at it there, that it's found resistance. Broke down here, found resistance. Broke down a bit further, found resistance. So what I'm going to look for here, it hasn't really shown us just yet, but watch the daily candles just here at this level, 108.16, and see if you get a bearish candlestick in here. If that bearish candlestick shows up, then we could have a trade back down to here. You can see this has formed support down here, so I'm going to add that one in there. See the support level just here, look, support here, support here. So if we get a nice bearish candlestick here, it could come all the way back down to 106.355. Obviously if we break this level, then look for candlestick and price action to trade back up to 108.91, but it is looking a bit to the short side at the moment. You can see this level. So for me, on this particular pair, we are actually at a key level right now, where we're waiting to see what happens on the next couple of candlesticks. So that's it for our price action levels. Now we'll look at the news that's coming up next week. Okay, here's the news for next week, thanks to Forex Factory. You can see here Monday, there is no tier 1 or red news coming up, so expect Monday to be quite quiet. On Tuesday, we just got a bit of USD news, core CPI and existing home sales, which can move the charts a little bit, but not too much. On Wednesday, you've got the official bank rate votes. Now this is this one can actually move the GBP quite a bit, because it shows if there was any dissent amongst the MPC members, whether or not they should change or not change the interest rates on the GBP. So that's quite a big one, and that's followed up by Governor Carney speaking. So Wednesday could be a little bit lively for the pound, the Great British Pound. And then we've got a bit of Kiwi news later on in the evening. Thursday, standard stuff really. Retail sales can move the pound again, and the unemployment claims from the US, that's standard for a Thursday, so not expecting too much out of that. And going on to Friday, the big one on Friday is GBP again, which is the preliminary GDP. Which is the first forecast that they make for gross domestic product for Great British Pound, and that one can move the charts a lot. So next week, newsbound stuff is mainly on the pound, not so much on any other pairs. So that's it for this week's price action trading levels. I hope you found it all useful. If you like what we do here, please subscribe, send me a comment, or even click the like button, and we'll see you next week.